fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fish Room. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up a community tank. This is a subscriber recommendation. Grab yourself a healthy snack and a beverage, or unhealthy, I don't really care, and stand by. Welcome back, fishy folks. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up a community tank, and of course the disclaimer, this is how I do it. You might hear other YouTubers or your local fish store or some fish god you know that says, oh no, that dude is crazy, his stuff never works. That's fine, I don't really care. I know it works because I've done it and I've showed you in videos, but I digress. Let's talk about how to set up a community tank. The first thing you need to do is figure out where you're going to put it, what size tank will fit there, and what you can afford. Those are all very important things. I always suggest the biggest tank you can find, you can fit. So if you can fit a 55, can you go a little wider and go a 75? If you can fit a 20 high, can you really fit a 29 there? The bigger the better. Now, some other things to think about are the kind of fish you want. As an example, if you want fish that like to swim like this, you're going to want the longest tank you can find. So it's all kind of relative. What do you want? Where do you want it? How big can you get? That's things kind of how you got to figure it out. I like to think about the space and what size tank will fit there, and can I afford that? All right, now let's talk about fish. Once again, disclaimer, this is how I kind of think about it and how I do it. How you do it or someone else, up to you. I always like to think about a centerpiece fish first for my community tank, okay? Now, I like angelfish. They're easy, they're pretty hardy. I like that they are breeding sometimes. I like that they can be little a-holes sometimes because they are cichlids. But they're also mostly peaceful, so yeah. When you think about the fish for your community tank, you definitely want to make sure they're going to get along, and they require similar water parameters. Once a million years ago, I saw somebody on Facebook that had goldfish and angelfish in the same tank. Definitely should never do that. However, I did it to prove it is possible. You just make sure the parameters were on the edge of either. A little warm for the goldfish, a little cool for the angelfish. But I had the tank like that set up for 6 months and everybody was fine. And then I moved the goldfish because I didn't want them in the community tank anymore. I digress. You definitely want to try to keep fish that have similar water parameters. Most fish for community tanks are all tank bred now. They're not wild caught, so it's not as important. However, some fish still require, or I should say will do much better, let's say as an example, in low pH and soft water. And some fish like high pH and hard water. So you're not going to want to put like some South American cichlid, maybe a ram that likes really soft water with platies that like it harder. Just saying, something to think about. All right, centerpiece fish. I like angelfish. You could pick whatever you want. The centerpiece fish can be a big fish, could be a few medium-sized or larger fish, or it could just be really colorful small fish. Like maybe you have some really nice blue rams, or you got some at michaelsfishroom.com and you don't know what to do. Community tank. So you pick your centerpiece fish. I would go with angels, a pair of angels. I would pick something nice, perhaps some koi angelfish or whatever. You get the picture. Then you need to decide what kind of schooling fish do you want. Oh, let me just give you my logic. You need a centerpiece fish, you need something schooling, and you need stuff for the bottom. That's kind of how I look at it. For schooling fish, I like tetras. I happen to like Buenos Aires tetras or Colombian red and blue tetras. They're a little bit bigger, so they're easier to see. They're not going to get eaten by your centerpiece fish, and they're pretty hardy. And I would go with as many as you can fit in your tank without being overcrowded. I would start with 6 and add to that. You don't want to overload your filtration system. Now for the bottom, of course, we're going to need a pleco, perhaps a nice calico pleco or longfin albino pleco, both of which you can get at michaelsfishroom.com, of course. And some cories. I like the cories because they school on the bottom. You know, some nice salt and pepper cories, or perhaps long fin albino cories if you like that creepiness. But you need a pleco because they're cool. They're not going to do a great job at cleaning algae. They're not great at cleaning algae. Will they clean some algae? Absolutely. Are they going to do the job that you need to do? Absolutely not. So just know that if you get a pleco or two, they're not going to keep the algae at bay, especially if it's really bad. So now you have a schooling fish. Let's just say you have a 75 gallon. You go with 2 angelfish, really nice. You buy them when they're this big, and you know they're going to get to be about this big. Then you start with 6 Buenos Aires tetras. After a month or two, you get 6 more. Now you have a school of 12. You start with 2 plecos. Perhaps you get a longfin albino and, I don't know, a longfin standard brown. And then you go with 6 cories on the bottom as well. Now you got your tank. You got your focal point of your angelfish. You've got the schooling fish. And then you got stuff on the bottom, which will help clean up. Not great, but they will. Help keep algae at bay. Again, not great, but they will. And you have stuff to look at. Now, some additional things you can add if you want. Ottos are great. They're great at cleaning algae off leaves. You can certainly add shrimp, but just know anything that's small enough to fit in another fish's mouth will probably be there. So an example, if you wanted angelfish and you wanted neon tetras or cardinals, know that eventually those cardinals or neons are going to be eaten. It's just a fact of life. That's why I suggest a little bigger tetra, perhaps a flame tetra. Just thinking, why am I rocking? I don't know, but whatever. That's how I set up my community tank. Now, some other things to think about, obviously, do you want live plants? Do you want fake plants? There are some really nice fake plants. I definitely recommend live plants if you can swing it, because the benefit they add to the tank is tremendous, and they're really not that hard. There are some really easy ones. Easy swords, easy whatever, I don't know plant names. I was going to say, I don't remember. But anyway, easy plants. Check out KJE Aquatics for your plants and all your food needs. Of course, michaelsfishroom.com has community fish as well. And if you're looking for something special, just email me through the website, and I can special order almost anything. You will have to pay first, though, because if it's a special order, I'm not going to buy it in hopes that I sell it if you change your mind. So there you go. All right, let's just give a quick rundown of how I set up a community tank. I like a centerpiece fish. I like angelfish, but you can do anything you want. I like schooling fish. I like the bigger tetras, the Colombians or the Buenos Aires tetras. And then on the bottom, I like a couple plecos because I like plecos. And of course, cories because they do a great job of scavenging and they're cool to watch when they school. You definitely want at least 6 cories. The bigger school, the better. The more they will act more natural. Okay. Of course, you're going to need the tank, lids, a light, a filter. What kind of filter do you recommend, Mike? I've done hundreds of videos on filters. Maybe not hundreds, maybe dozens. I like hang-on backs. I like the AquaClear, the standard AquaClear, which, by the way, I'm trying to find the new Fluval AC line, the new improved AquaClear filter, but everyone is sold out of them right now. So, but I will be doing a review on that as soon as I can get one. That's another video I've been asked to do. I forgot what I was talking about because I'm old. Lights, food. I've done videos on how to feed fish in a community tank, plants, filtration. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I like sponge filters. I would do a sponge filter or 2 and perhaps a hang-on back to help with the mechanical filtration because sponge filters typically aren't very good at mechanical filtration. Or you could do a nice internal filter just for the mechanical to get all the crap, if you will. So that does it, folks. If you have any comments or questions about community fish tanks, how to set it up, or you have your own idea, let me know down below. And of course, check out michaelsfishroom.com for all your high-end guppy, pleco, and cory needs. Of course, some community fish available as well. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. All right, folks, welcome back to... I'm fine. Just a little phlegm. Little allergies this morning. Hiya, fish. fishy folks. Happy, I don't know. Yep, first blooper of the day. Plus, I don't really like the camera angle. Let's change it a little bit like that. Oh, we should probably, yeah. Hiya, fishy folks, and welcome back to Michael's Fishing. Today, we're going to be talking about a or not.